What's going on, guys and gals? I hope you all are doing well. Today I wanted to share another sound design tutorial with you all, and I'm going to be basing this tutorial off of Doves in the Wind by SZA, produced by Cam Obi or Obi. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. But yeah, so if you listen to the song, that main sound that you hear in the background with the sliding chords, that's what I'm going to be hopefully achieving today, or at least getting close. Now, disclaimer, I'm not doing a full remake of it. What I did was just create an 8-bar loop of the drums and the vinyl sound in the background, and then pasted the chord or created the chords here. So gonna go ahead and get started with that. Here are the main chords to the song. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to the drums just to give you an idea what I'm going with. So. Yes, I know it sounds kind of amateur, but again, I just threw this together in like 2 minutes. So, yeah, I don't know what VST he used, but the closest thing that I'm going to use today is Sylenth. So make sure you have Sylenth if you would like to follow along. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Okay. And this is going to be the initial display of Sylenth once you open it. What we're going to do is, or what I'm going to do is route it to channel 4 first. And just to show you on channel 4, I have the limiter to compress the sound, EQ to cut off the low or sub bass area, reverb, a little bit of fruity chorus, and a stereo imager to make the sound wider. So yeah. Excuse me. So what you want to do is click on menu and then click on initial preset, or Alt Control I if you want to use quick command keys. Okay. Now I'm not sure if my mouse is displaying on the screen, but I'm going to be starting at the top left where it says polyphony and working my way down. I'm not going to be using this gray area here where it says modulation envelopes, the LFOs, and the miscellaneous. It's up to you because this is all personal preference, but just for this basic template, if I can talk this, if this, okay, for this basic template, I am not going to be using it. So I cannot talk today, apparently. But anyways, what you want to do first is raise the polyphony up to 16, which is the max. And what this will do is it enables you to use more voices to create a wider sound. Just remember, the more voices you have right here, I'm just going to display right here too. The more voices you have, the wider the sound will be because they're using essentially more chords. So I'm going to use 16 polyphony, leave everything at the top as is, go over here to the Oscillator A1 tab, and we're going to turn off the retrigger. And raise the voices to roughly 7. So just by doing that, I'm going to go ahead and play you the chords once I copy them. Okay, it sounds very harsh because I haven't selected a certain wave yet. I'm sorry if that was loud, by the way. But anyways, so today we're going to be using a sine wave. So what I'm doing is holding down the left click button on my mouse, and you can see at the top left what wave I have. So this is a saw. I want to go down to sine, but like if you just want to create any other sound, you can go to a saw wave, triangle, pulse, H pulse, Q pulse, tri-saw, and then a noise. So yeah, we're going to stick with the sine. Okay, that's what the sine sounds like. Okay, I'm not going to mess with the octave, not going to mess with the notes, and not going to touch the fine tune. but I am going to touch the phase. Just going to turn that up to roughly, what's it, 9 o'clock? Yeah, roughly 9. And then do the same thing to the detune. And leave the stereo and pan as is. Okay. Now, because I don't want the initial hit of the note to be so harsh, I'm going to raise the attack up just a little bit. And then I'm going to raise the decay up some. Okay, and let's see, I'm going to lower the sustain if I remember correctly. And then raise the release a little bit. So we raised the attack some, raised the decay some, lowered the sustain, and then raised the release. And here's what it sounds like. Okay. Now, this next tab, the Oscillator A2, is up to you. But if you want to layer your initial sound over here, the initial wave, you can do so by, again, basically replicating what you did in the first tab here. But I'm going to use a triangle with this one. And turn the rear trig off, raise it up to 2 or 3 because I don't want, raise the voices up to 2 and 3 because I don't want the sound to be that noticeable. So raise it up to 2 and then lower the volume a good bit. Okay, I'm going to raise the phase a little bit and the detune just a tad bit. Okay, so if you want to screenshot or, I don't know, got photographic memory, I think is what it's called, you can just remember these little presets here. Now I'm going to go down to the filter A section. I'm not really going to mess with the filter control. Just mainly the low pass filter within the filter A. Under filter type here though, if you don't want to use the low pass, you can use bypass, low pass, band pass, and a high pass. But again, I'm going to be using a low pass. Then with this, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to turn the cutoff up to 1 o'clock. Same goes for the resonance. You hear how the sound got quieter. That's because I had a filter over it. And if I want to amplify that a little bit, I'm just going to turn up the drive. Okay, so we're kind of getting there, just a little bit. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. I don't know if Cam used Sylenth or what he did, but I'm, again, just doing the best that I can to kind of replicate it or give you the basis of that initial sound. So, like I said, excuse me. Like I said, going to skip the filter control, going to skip all the modulation envelopes and the LFOs and all that. But if it's up to you, you can mess around with this section if you want to. On any other track, when I'm creating something, I like to use the LFO knobs over here. But that's mainly for like sound waves and whatnot. Anyways, all right, at the very bottom, hopefully you can see it. The bottom left and the bottom right. Now this part is important if you want to create that smooth like sliding effect. All that essentially is Portamento. So all I'm doing is right here at the bottom right is clicking on this little knob here, and I'm turning on the slide. I don't know if you can see it. Normal slide. And then I'm going to raise the Portamento knob just a little bit above 5. Yeah. So once I play it, you're going to hear this view, 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 that noise. Now the more I raise the Portamento knob though, the more it's going to bend, and at that point it just sounds messy like this. See, that's a little bit too much sliding, so I'm going to keep it a little bit of a 5, and then I'm going to raise the bend range to 5. So yeah, that's essentially the basic preset for this sound. I'm gonna go ahead and play it with drums just to see how it goes. Okay. Now, as far as these effects in the middle goes, it's up to you. We'll try a little bit of chorus just to see. But I mean, I already have chorus on in the channel effects chain, so don't really need that. Compression, don't need that. Reverb, already have it. Delay, I don't need it for this sound because I'm holding down the notes. So it just sound muddy. But again, all of this is up to you. So yeah. Hopefully you've that taught you something a little bit, I guess. I typically don't use the sound. But I figured it'd be a cool little tutorial if you didn't know how to create it, or if you were just interested. So appreciate your time. Leave a thumbs up if you like this video. If you want more videos, just comment below, let me know. And I'm out.